How has it been 2 weeks already? Welcome to the Isle of Lewis, y'all. Let's go. We had our breakfast in the room this morning because we had an early start. We docked in Stornoway and then we hopped in our bus to continue onward. We drove through all of the moors, which was crazy to see. It turns out the peat is not great for grazing or anything, so it's kind of just no man's land out there. We visited Blackhouse Village, where we got to tour some of the old houses, learn about how the peat was used, and hear an old song in Gaelic. We got to see how they make Harris Tweed, which was honestly incredible to watch. It's so labor intensive. I was, of course, amazed, and Mama was like, yeah, did you not know this already? We learned the houses were intentionally tilted to help drain the rain, and that Harris Tweed was often soaked in urine to help shrink it. Gross. Sorry to be redundant, but we had incredible weather. We got to learn about how they process and prepare peat to be burned, and we even got to see it in action as we were driving around. Next, we visited the Duncarloway Broch. I'm sorry, I really can't say that word correctly. It was probably built around 200 BC. The animals lived on the first floor as well as the grain processing, and their body heat actually helped to heat the rest of the house. Not to mention the tiny doors. I think about half of us knocked our heads. The walls were actually 2 different rounds of stone filled in with dirt to help insulate everything. We then went into town to do some shopping, admire all of the different wool and tweed, but of course we ended up at a jewelry store. Guys, I'm so excited. I still genuinely cannot believe this is my life right now. How am I supposed to go back to living in a school bus after this? I love that every piece of jewelry I have has a story, and now I have a new one. Something to commemorate our time together and to commemorate Scotland. I got a thistle ring. Mama also got a beautiful necklace. You can tell she's very excited. We had lunch, I had ice cream, and we talked about how Mama learned to drink scotch because that's what my grandfather drank. And at the time, you would bring your own liquor bottles to restaurants, and he didn't want to carry 2. Oh yeah, the ship was rocking, so the pool was closed, but the hot tub was open. We had a lecture about Brexit 5 years later, and then I went to the bridge to ask more questions, because again, I'm a very curious girl. We had a drink with our friends, and then we went down for dinner. 10 out of 10, per usual. The ship was passing just south of the Orkney Islands, which was really beautiful to watch. Everyone shared stories about their grandparent names and their own grandparents, and I was in heaven. It was still sunny, but it was 9 p.m., and we managed to rally a group together to go dancing. This, plus the ship rocking, made for some pretty good entertainment. We went back to my Nashville roots, y'all. But it's time for bed. It's time to hear from the person you've been waiting for.
Good night and sweet dreams.